Yeah. Bharavihi. You can start.
Bharavihi. Shravyakavyani Bhatti Kalidasa Sriharsha Bharavi Magha Ratnakaraihi Kritani. Audible poems were composed by Bhatti Kalidasa Sriharsha Bharavi Magha and Ratnakara.
Well, Ratnakara is not the name of a poet, but Ratnakara is, they are like,
A book name.
இல்ல இல்ல சாகரம் இந்த மாதிரி கிரேட் பீப்புள் அப்படிங்கிற அர்த்தத்துல சொல்றேன். He says, so Shravya Kavyani, Shravyam is audible-ங்கிறத விட audible is that which can be heard. அப்படி இல்ல, Shravya is more like Shrotum Yogyam, that which is appropriate to be listened to. So it's more like a recitation format. Kavyam has been written by these great oceans or these great people like Bhatti, Kalidasa, Sriharsha, Bharavi, etc.
And the distinction
So
here
that means others will recite this and we can hear it, right? That's how it is. Like we can put it in cassettes and all.
Shravyam. So in the flip side is Drishyam. So Drishyam is something that is stageable. So like Natakam, that which is fit to be seen on a stage.
So that means more than us studying on our own, we have to make somebody else read it to us.
அப்படிலாம் அதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் கிடையாது.
So basically, if you say Shravya Kavyam, it is an effort where the reader is meant to just enjoy it by himself or herself by reading it. Essentially, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right? So as opposed to something that's got to be enacted on the stage and enjoyed by others, which means that the poet has to put in like Natakam, somebody enters, who's behind the curtain, and Vidushaka, and all of those things will have to come. Whereas this is just pure aesthetic pleasure.
Yes.
Right? Just reading it, you can be
one-on-one.
Enjoy the poem. Right?
It's a one-on-one with the poet and the reader. That's all.
Exactly. And so it is. So Shravya doesn't have to mean that you have to hear it. That's fine. But really, what he means is it's a work meant between the reader and the listener.
That's all.
Tatra Bharavihi prayashah Kalidasam anukaroti. So there Bharavi mostly imitates Kalidasa.
His style is very reminiscent.
At the same time, right?
No, actually Kalidasa is earlier than Bharavi. So see, Kalidasa's time period is like it extends from some 2nd BC to some 5th AD or 7th AD even, so we don't know when Kalidasa's time frame is, whereas Bharavi, Magha, we have a time frame for them. So Bharavi usually follows Kalidasa in the sense that he imitates a lot of his style. That presentation style is very much like Kalidasa, is what he says.
I am 6th AD Kalikaha iti Vimashkanam abhiprayah. This is his time period is 6th AD and like that is the opinion of the critics.
Analysts.
Okay. Bharavi's work is from also 6th AD and because he lived in the 6th AD. So I am is
is Bharavihi eva. Bharavihi 6th AD Kalikaha. He belonged to the time frame of 6th AD.
Anena Virachitam Kavyam Kiratarjuniyam. The poem composed by Bharavi is Kiratarjuniyam. Etat Kavyam Panchakavyeshu Anyatamam. This poem is one of the Panchakavya, the 5 Mahakavyas, 5 great kavyas. एतत् काव्यं संस्कृत अभ्यासकाः अवश्यं पठन्ति. Students of Sanskritam definitely study this poem Kiratarjuniyam. अस्मिन् काव्ये 18 सर्गाः सन्ति. There are 18 cantos in this poem. अत्र पाण्डवानां कथा उपवर्णिता. Here the story of Pandavas is described.
Okay.
Upavarnita is there should be one Danda Chinnam, right?
It is there.
Okay. Book it doesn't have. Naikaha Arjunaha. The hero of the story is Arjuna, one of the Pandavas. Pratinayakastu Kirata Veshadhari Maheshwaraha. The antagonist is Maheshwara, which is who is in the form of a hunter, who is dressed as a hunter.
Okay.
Veerastu pradhano rasaha. The dominant sentiment is heroism or valor. Veera rasaha. Shringaradayaha angarasaha. Love and other emotions are secondary sentiments.
Okay.
Non-dominant. So angarasaha means bahuvachanam.
Yes.
That means there's more than how many angarasa can be there?
All can come there. Every other rasa can come. Yes.
Can there be 8 angarasa in one kavyam?
Why not? It depends on the situation. Definitely there can be other rasas.
Okay. In Kiratarjuniyam, how many angarasas?
I don't know. I've not read all 18. I've only read 1, 2, and maybe 3. I've not read the others. So, no idea. In the first 1, 2, and 3, you can find Bhayanaka rasam. You can have, there is definitely a kind of krodham is there. So, not Raudra rasam, Karuna rasam, more like Karuna rasa is there, looking at the situation of this thing, and Madri, there are some other rasas also, but Shringaram is not there in 1 and 2. Definitely is there.
So that means there are more than 3 in this Kiratarjuniyam.
Definitely.
Okay. Divyastra labha prayojanam. The attainment of divine weapons, the Pashupatashtram, is the purpose, prayojanam. Adimaha trayaha sargaha pashana sadrishaha iti pratitihi. The initial 3 cantos are like said to be like stone.
It's very difficult
to other perception.
It is the thing that people say, it is difficult to break open and enjoy the rasam. So it is like very tough, terse text.
It is even worse than the coconut?
No. It is like the coconut. Narikela phala sammitam vachaha bhavaha sapati tad vibhajyate. This is what Mallinatha says about the poem. So it is like Narikela phalam, where the outer shell has to be first broken for you to enjoy the rasam within. So vocabulary matters a lot in that. Okay.
So this is, then why didn't they say Narikela Sadrisham, but they said Pashana Sadrisham?
That is, whoever has written this feels that it is like, a stone which has to be broken first. And then,
Narikela phala sammitam vacho bhavaha sapadi tad vibhajyate iti tad vyakyatra Mallinathena katitam. The Mallinatha, the commentator of this, said that the speech is comparable to a coconut fruit because its meaning is immediately.
Vachaha narikela phala sammitam. Vachaha bhavaha sapadi tad vibhajyate chet bhavaha sapadi anubhuyate. So immediately that bhava can be experienced when you break it open. So narike.
Okay.
Full shlokam engayadu irukkanume. Vare nimisham. Sapadi tad vibhajyate swadayantu. So bharavehe sapadi tad vibhajyate nirukanu. Bhavaha illa. Narikela phala sammitam vacho bharave sapadi. Appada meter seriya varudhu.
Yeah, it won't make sense otherwise.
Illa bhavaha tad vibhajyate engarche, immediately after it's broken, you understand the bhavam. Apdi. Tad vibhajyate chet bhavaha sapadi swadayantu. The next line is swadayantu rasagarbha nirbharam saramasya rasika yathepsitam. So rasikaha yathepsitam asya saram. So rasikaha, connoisseurs, or people who understand the value of these poetry, yathepsitam, as they wish, they can enjoy the saram, the essence, because that coconut, usually when you break it open, it is filled with rasam. Rasagarbha nirbharam saram swadayantu. Let people enjoy that saram.
One more time. Can you say the whole thing?
नारिकेल फलसम्मितं वचो भारवे सपदि तद्विभज्यते स्वादयन्तु रसगर्भ निर्भरं सारम् अस्य रसिकाः यथेप्सितम्.
Is this like from a famous? Where are you finding this?
No, this is from Mallinatha's commentary on idu.
Oh, I see.
Ama.
Oh, I see.
Can you put the whole thing,
Do poda
Madhya,
pore.
inside?
Yeah, please.
Yes, madam. Doing.
Swadayantu rasagarbha nirbharam. Swadayantu rasagarbha nirbharam.
Saram asya rasika yathepsitam.
Oh, rasikaha yatepsitam swadayantu asya saram. What is rasagarbha nirbharam?
रसगर्भ निर्भरं सारं, because it is नारिकेल फल सम्मितं वचः, अतः तत्र रसे गर्भ निर्भरं रसं वर्तते तत्र.
एवम्.
रसेन गर्भः निर्भरः वर्तते, तादृशं सारम्.
Okay, and sapadi tad vibhajyate nama, when it is broken immediately, va? Katham?
Yes. When it is broken, tad vibhajyate chet sapadi. That's what I kept saying, Chet, put it there.
Okay. Sapadi swadayantu iti va. Sapadi goes swadayantu, not with vibhajyate.
No.
Right?
Yeah, it takes long time to do the vibhajanam. After we break it,
then only sapadi, you immediately enjoy that.
Right. So putting the sapadi and giving only half a line kind of.
And also the book has bhava, which is not there.
No, the meter doesn't fit with bhava, so you need bharavehe there.
Tad vibhajyate chet, it's understood. Tad vibhajyate chet. No, tad vibhajyate, no, tad vibhajya eva.
No, vibhajyate chet, when that vachaha is being broken down and you understand the meaning, sapadi, immediately rasikaha are able to enjoy the saram.
Okay.
विभज्यते न व्युत्पत्ति रीत्या तत्र व्याकरण रीत्या वा तत्र विद्यमानान् पदान् विभज्य यदि वयं we understand the meaning, then you can realize the rasam.
I understood that, but the thing is, we had put it in like swadayantu, that's in lot which makes sense. Vibhajayan, vibhajanam kurvantu, if he says,
किमर्थं तत्र
tad vibhajyate.
இது இல்லனே கர்மணி பிரயோகத்துல போடுறச்சே, why should you do it in கர்த்திரி பிரயோகம்?
Present la put it on, like latla vibhajyate, he has to be, what he means is you ought to break it down, and then
when it is broken down, I don't understand the difficulty here.
And you mean when it is broken down?
Yeah.
Apo,
if it is broken down, then you can enjoy.
Correct.
Yada vibhajyate. Okay.
Yada athava vibhajyate chet is also fine.
Vibhajyate chet. Okay, vibhajyate.
பண்ண முடிஞ்சதுன்னா நீங்க அனுபவிப்பீங்க, இல்லனா முடியாது அப்படிங்கறார்.
Sorry.
மகளே உன் சமர்த்து.
No, that if you say it like that is okay, but then then you should all swadayantu, there's a little bit of a disconnect, but it's okay.
That's fine. That is, vakyeshu adrishtam padam aharyam. That's all.
Evam.
Fine. Iti tad vyakyatra Mallinathena katitam.
Katitam. So the commentator Mallinatha said it. Panchama Sargarambe Himalaya Varnanam. In the beginning of the 5th canto, there is a description of the Himalayas. Nagararnava Shailadi Kavya Lakshanaanugunataya Varnitani. Descriptions of cities, Arnava is oceans, mountains, and the like are described in the characteristic of Kavya.
Are described in accordance to the Kavya Lakshana.
Kavya. Kavyasya Lakshanam. According to the characteristic of Kavyam, all these descriptions are there in the
I'm going
fifth
to
sarga beginning.
change this to Kavya Nagararnava Shailadi Kavya Lakshana Anugunataya Shailadini Kavya Lakshana Anugunataya Varnitani. I'm changing the text here.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
one.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
अल्पाल्पैः पदैः बृहत्तरम् अर्थं बोधयति भारविः. The Bharavi elucidates a grand meaning with only very few words. अत एव भारवेर अर्थगौरवम् इति लोके प्रतीतिः. Therefore, it's very well known in the world that Bharavi possesses the weight of the meaning.
Yeah.
Arthagauravam is weight of the meaning, right?
Okay.
काव्येऽस्मिन् उक्तिप्रत्युक्ति रूपाः वाग्विवादरूपाश्च रमणीयाः अंशाः भूयांसः वर्तन्ते. In this poem, there are many charming sections consisting of statements and counter statements. Ukti pratyukti rupaha, vada vivada rupasha, like
Vagvivada, just an argumentative.
Verbal disputes.
Verbal disputes are also present, which are very beautiful. Many beautiful sections. Bhuyamsaha Ramaniyaha Amshaha.
Many beautiful, charming sections are present in this poem, which contain statements and counter statements, arguments, and then verbal disputes and all.
It's about how when both of them, both Shiva and Arjuna, they strike an arrow on the same animal, and there is a dispute about whose arrow was it first that killed the animal. I've not read that section. It will be nice.
अलङ्कारेषु अर्थान्तरन्यासे कवेरस्य महती प्रीतिरिति ज्ञायते. In the
among the alankaras,
among the figures of speech, Arthantra Nyasa is the favorite. He has great fondness towards Arthantra Nyasa. That is, he's famous for that.
No, not famous kudalla. It's more like we understand by reading his poem that he has a great affection towards Arthantranyasa. Within the first few shlokas itself, you will find many Arthantranyasas there.
Okay. So it's known that this poet has great affection and great fondness for Arthantranyasa. अर्थान्तरन्यासालङ्कारकथनद्वारा अनेकान् धर्मान् बहूनि तत्त्वानि च बोधयति. Through अर्थान्तरन्यासा, he elucidates many dharmas, many righteous principles and tattvas, truths. Numerous truths and
yes. So Kathanadwara, through the method of describing Arthantranyasa Alankara, he is able to bring out dharmas and tattvam, truths.
द्वितीय सर्गे युधिष्ठिरवचनव्याजेन स्फुरता न पदैरपाकृता न च न स्वीकृतम् अर्थगौरवम् इति श्लोकेन स्वीयम् अर्थगौरवं भङ्ग्या प्रतिपादयामास. So that quote should be...
Yeah, it should be in a shloka format there, right? I'm just trying to sputata, idu vandu 27th shloka. Okay. Sputata na padair apakrita nachana swikritam artha gauravam.
In the second canto, in the Dvitiya Sarga, Yudhishthira Vachana Vyajena, through an expression of, by means of an expression of Yudhishthira with a shloka, with the verse, clarity is not diminished by the words. Sputata na padair apakrita. Na cha na
Arthagauravam
swikritam
na
arthagauravam.
swikritam iti
Nor
na.
is the nor
Double
is the
negative
weight
illaya?
of the meaning. Double
Double
negative.
negative.
Nor is the weight of the meaning not accepted. That means weight of the meaning is accepted.
Okay, that is, it is very clear and there is a depth of meaning also in it. That is what he is saying.
Yeah, so he cleverly proclaimed his own weight of meaning. Sviya artha gauravam bhangya pratipadayamasa.
Bhangi here is in a beautiful manner. He has explained that he himself. This is there in the beginning during the Vanecharokti also when he says ससौष्टवौदार्य विशेषशालिनीं विनिश्चितार्थामिति वाचमाददे அந்த இடத்துலயும் வந்து when right before Vanechara starts talking he says saha saushtava audarya vishesha shalinim iti vacham adade. He spoke in the manner that there was clarity in it. Saushtavam, it was very pure. Saushtava audarya, it also there was a udara gunam, large-heartedness in the way he gave the words that he used were also very honorable words also. That the Vanechara said, Saushtava audarya vishesha shalinim. It was also bright and sparkling in meaning. So vishesha shalini, visheshena shalate iti prakashate. Tadrisha artham. So in other words, it is only Bharavi who is writing those words. He is actually praising his own in a veiled manner.
So
can we put that also, Madhya? This is so beautiful.
அது வந்து okay.
Okay.
Yeah, வேண்டாம்.
Yudhishthira Vachana Vyaja means the pretext of the words of Yudhishthira, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The same under the pretext of Vanechara's words, he actually describes his own Artha Gauravam there.
Bharavi again. Bharavi is doing it. Okay, and then
so he knows about his own weight of words and he is not shy to do it. He is doing it in a clever manner.
And legitimate pride.
Yeah.
So he's and this is where the people picked it up. Artha Gauravam means Bharavi. That's what they got it. Whereas for Kalidasa, it was everybody else said it. He didn't say. He never said that. Upama அப்படின்னு.
அதெல்லாம் சொல்லல. He never had to proclaim that he was the king of Upama or anything.
Yeah, he didn't have to. Yeah.
Okay. तादृशम् अर्थगौरवं प्रकारद्वयेन ज्ञातुं शक्यते. Such weight of meaning, अर्थगौरवं can be understood in two ways. प्रथमतया अर्थान्तरन्यासेन अनन्तरम् उक्तिप्रत्युक्तिभिः लौकिकन्यायनीतिशास्त्रतत्त्वादिबोधनेन चेति इति. That Arthantranyasam can be the Artha Gauravam can be understood in two ways, and the first one is through the Arthantranyasa, which is the through statements,
through Arthantranyasa, through general statements.
And then second one is through Ukti Pratyukti, through statements and counter statements, and also through the elucidation of Lokokti, Laukika Ukti, the worldly sayings.
Laukika Nyaya வந்து
worldly justice.
இல்ல அதுக்கு ஏதோ ஒன்னு சொல்லுவா. There is one peculiar term that they use for this Laukika Nyaya. Idioms இல்ல.
It's like Hindi-ல முஹாவரே லோகோகித்யா.
முஹாவரே. அதே மாதிரி இங்க வந்து நியாய
axioms and idioms.
இல்ல. It's called maxims.
Maxims. Okay.
Yeah.
Maxims. Okay, and Niti Shastra is the political science.
So the Tattvam garche, the concepts of popular maxims and political science. So both. By teaching these and by Arthantranyasa, these are the two ways in which he is able to show his Artha Gaurava.
इति चेति किरातार्जुनीयकाव्यपरिशीलनेन अयं कविः शैवः इति वक्तुं शक्यते. By studying the Kiratarjuniyam poem, it can be said that this poet is a devotee of Shiva, Shaivaha.
Okay.
Just because Vaishnava people will not have a character of Shiva in their kavyam.
Not exactly, but there are many places where he is able to show that he is a great bhakta of Shiva, but there are no such these things where he that he is a devotee of Vishnu. If you look at Kalidasa's poems, he has written Raghuvamsham also, he has written Kumarasambhava also. And if you take Kumarasambhavam, there are distinctly one place there is a stuti of Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, the creator, Srishtikarta, where he talks about Srishtikarta as the Parabrahma. There is another place where he praises Shiva, and there is a stuti of Shiva, which again talks of Shiva as the final supreme entity. If you go to Raghuvamsha, there is a stotram of Vishnu which talks of Vishnu as the supreme entity. So it is very clear from Kalidasa's works that he has no special affinity towards any of these gods. He is fine with that. But still, if you look at his Natakam, all three Natakas has the Mangala Shlokam addressed to Parameshwara. And at the end also in one Bharatavakyam he says, Mama picha kshapayatu Neelalochanaha iti. So my papam, Neelakantha should remove all my sins and then I should get moksham iti. So that indicates that his Ishtadevata is Shiva.
But that is okay. All Shaivites will not have a problem with having a Vishnu in their kavyam. But what we have to do is, if any Vaishnavite scholar has put any Shiva character in their kavyam, that we have to see.
With that we don't know. It's also a later Vaishnavism, it came about later. Everybody was a follower of Smriti at one point. It's only when the divisions happened during Shankaracharya's this thing that it became more pronounced. It's all.
Okay.
So.
Okay. प्रदेशमादेश इवादितष्टौ इति कवेर् अस्य श्लोकेन अयं व्याकरणशास्त्राभिमानी इत्यपि वक्तुं शक्यते.
Why is that?
By this snippet, pradeshamadesh ivaditashto, by this it can be said that this poet is a connoisseur of grammar, Vyakarana Shastra.
Because
this is known from this verse.
Adhitashtau is Adhishingstasam karma is there, so Pradesham Adhitashtau.
He stood firm like a vidhi or like an instruction.
அது வந்து தஸ்தௌ தான் இருக்கணும் இல்லையா?
இல்ல, அது தஷ்டௌ தான் ஸ்லோகத்துல இருக்கு, அதனால தான் அதை மாத்தினேன்.
அந்த சக்க சத்தமாதுன்னு சொல்றீங்களா?
And it doesn't have Mahaprana Takara, it has Alpa Prana Takara.
No, hold on 1 second. The lit lakara form is tastau with Mahaprana. Stadatu lit lakara pratama ekvachanam tastau iti. Adhi iti upasarga. Atra ikaraha vartate. Inkoho adesha pratyayoho iti svikriti.
Before you go into all that, the text has this in the print.
Book also has it.
அப்போ மலிநாதர் என்ன சொல்றாரு அதுக்கு?
அவர் போடுவார், தோ சகாரஸ்ய ஷகாரஹா தோ போட்டாரு. அட் அபியாச வியவவாயே அபி இதி
சகாரஸ்ய ஷகார.
போடுமா?
சரி, அது சரி. அப்போ சரி, ஓகே, போறோம். அப்போ
எனக்கு அதுக்கு மேல தெரியாது.
அப்போ சரி, அது ஷகார that is acceptable. I know that you can have a sutras that, but அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த மகாபிராண த வந்து மகாபிராண தல தான் மாறணும்.
ஏன் ஸ்துத்வம் தானே?
ஸ்துத்வம். ஆனா அது மகாபிராணவா தான் நிக்கும்.
ஆமா, மகாபிராணா தான். It will not be அது
Alpa Prana. Book has a typo. My book has a typo. The PDF has been corrected, but my book has a typo.
One second. Can you read that? What is he saying? Adabhyasa okay,
At abhyasa vyavaye api.
Okay, at வந்து okay, higher வரட்டோட நிக்கும் இல்லையா?
தஸ்தௌ இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதி தஸ்தௌ, அதுல தானே வருது இது.
அது
அதி
தகாரம்.
தஷ்டவுன்னு மாறுறது.
ஆமா,
கரெக்ட்.
அதிக்கு அப்புறம் இகாரத்துக்கு அப்புறம் தகார வருது. You get the the is not in the at. Okay, so எப்படி எப்படி வரும் அப்போ? Okay, அதுக்கு அப்புறம் பார்க்கலாம்.
ஆமா,
கரெக்ட். You have to see that later.
yeah.
Okay. So using that we can say that he was a connoisseur of grammar.
அபிமானிங்கர்ச்சு he loved வியாக்கரண சாஸ்திரம்.
also. कविम् एनम् उद्दिश्य काचन वार्ताः अनुस्यूततया विद्वत्
काचन वार्ता एव, किमर्थं वै बहुवचनं?
काचन वार्ता अनुस्यूततया विद्वत् परम्परासु श्रूयते. Regarding this poet, a certain story is continuously heard, anusyutataya, continuously heard in the traditions of scholars.
Yes.
Learned people, in the tradition of learned people, some particular story about this Kavi is continuously heard. किन्तु तादृश्यां वार्तायां कियत् सत्यं वर्तत इति निर्णेतुं न शक्यते. अथापि प्ररोचनार्थं अत्र उच्यते. How much the truth exists in such a story cannot be determined, but even so it is spoken here, uchyate, it is spoken here for the sake of prarochanartham, is
to excite people, to stimulate people into understanding
instigation.
About instigation வந்து கொஞ்சம் பேடா இருக்கு. ஒரு இன்ஸ்பயர் பண்ற, எக்ஸைட் பண்றதுக்கோ இல்லன்னா சும்மா
to entertain, right?
Entertain, yeah, entertain is good.
Okay. भारवीरयं बाल्ये एव सकलकला परिपूर्णः सर्वशास्त्रेषु निष्णातः महाकविश्च आसीत्. Bharavi, while still a boy, he was fully accomplished in all arts. Paripurnah sarvashastreshu, in all, skilled in all sciences, and kavi, mahakavi, great poet.
Shastras, it's not science as such. So sarva shastreshu, you just say shastram, that's all.
Okay, in all,
he was just an expert in all shastras.
All the shastras. एकदा स्वगृहम् आगताः बान्धवाः तत्पितुर्निकटे भारवेः पाण्डित्यं प्राशंसन्. Once relatives came to his house and praised Bharavi's scholarship in the presence of his to his father, Bharavi's father. They all praised about his scholarship. Bharaveः पाण्डित्यं प्राशंसन्. स्तुतिम् असहमानः भारवेः पिता तान् प्रति बाल एव अयं सर्वं न जानाति, अनेन ज्ञातव्यं सुबहु वर्तते इति अकथयत्. Unable to bear such praise about his own son, Bharavi's father told those relatives, this boy is only a child, he's still a child, he does not know everything, there are a lot of things for him to learn.
Everything illa subahu na anena jnatavyam vartate, he sarvam na janati, he doesn't know anything.
There is still much for him to learn. Like that he told.
Inge vandu don't take it as a matsaram or jealousy or something like that. So swaputra stutim asahamanaha is something in the sense of, if we praise him at a very young age, then talakeridomgralya, so he will become arrogant, and that is why he could not tolerate people coming and praising him. That's all.
Exactly. In the inge vandu konjam he's given a wrong twist to it. Right?
இல்ல பின்னாடி கதையில வந்துடுறது.
வந்துடுது.
Yeah,
Instead of asahamanaha, is there some other gentler word to say?
அது கஷ்டம் அங்க. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
Etam
Anichan.
vartam
Anichan is probably okay. Yeah. Even then, it does give some, you can't give the whole sentiment here. That's why people who might think that he is intolerant of that, then he will explain his situation. It makes more sense that way.
Okay. एतद्वार्तां ज्ञात्वा भारविः कुपितः सन् स्वपितरि जीवति सति स्वस्य कीर्तेर् अनभविष्यत् कीर्तिः न भविष्यति इति निश्चिनोति स्म. Having heard this news, maybe he heard it in his presence only, or maybe when he was in the vicinity, this kind of thing was said by his father. So he came to know about this. Having heard this news, Bharavi became angry towards his father, and he thought that his fame will not arise while his father was still alive.
Swapitari jivati sati, while his father is alive, is living, swasya kirtihi na bhavishyati, he will not attain fame. Iti nischinoti sma, he decided like this.
He resolved or decided that his fame will not he will not arise like that. Okay. Tasmat karanat ekam musalam grihitva bhojana samaye swapitaram hantum kudyoparibhage nilina asit. So for that reason he took a club. Musalam is that ulakai, right?
Idu pestle. Mortar and pestle solrolya adu.
He took a pestle, and that may be the one very close to him available in the house, so he took it.
Yeah, that must be the biggest one which he can drop from top and ensure that his father is dead.
Oh, correct. Yeah, so he found that to be the biggest weapon, so he took that pestle, and during meal time, bhojana samaye, kudyo paribhage, he hid on the top of a wall to kill his father.
So kudya upari bhage vandu could mean much in the attic solrom இல்லையா?
Attic. Okay.
சாப்பிடுற இடத்துல அங்க மேல மச்சில போய் உட்கார்ந்துட்டு he tried to kill his father. So swapitaram hantum, in order to kill his father. Kudya is wall, upari bhage is the top portion of a wall, so which means it must be some sheltered position like an attic. Nilinaha asit, he was hidden.
Yeah, he hid himself there, and also that has the nice roof also, so he can hide nicely there. Pitari भुञ्जाने सति माता तम् अपृच्छत् किम् अयं पुत्रः भारविः मूढः वंशवर्धनो न भविष्यति किम् इति. So his mother, while his father was eating, his mother asked his father, is this son Bharavi a fool? Will he not increase the family line? Like that. प्रत्युत्तरम् ओके वंशवर्धनो न भविष्यति किम् इति. तदानीं जनकेन प्रत्युत्तरं दत्तं. So that time his father answered, gave a reply, हे मूढे अहं साधु जानामि भारविरयं महाकविः पंडित प्रकाण्डश्च. O fool, I know very well that Bharavi is a great Bharavi Mahakavi, great poet and an excellent scholar. He knows
Prakandaha. இந்த பிரகாண்டஹா இதெல்லாம் வந்து அந்த சிரேஷ்டவாச்சி சப்தாக. மதல்லிகா மச்சர்ச்சிகா அதெல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல, பிரகாண்ட முத்தியத அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு உண்டு.
किन्तु पितृभ्यां पुत्रस्य प्रशंसा न कार्या. However, the praise of a son should not be done by the parents. कृता चेत् पुत्रस्य आयुः क्षीयते इति प्रसिद्धिः. If the parents praise the child, then the son's life lifetime diminishes, his
krita
life
chet
decreases.
ka krita chet prashamsa krita chet, when the praise is done, if the praise is done, then putrasya ayuhu, the life of the son, kshiyate, it goes down.
Yeah, only if the parents praise the child, then the ayuhu kshiyate.
Yes,
Apicha avayo.
yeah. It's just said like that, but not literally. There is an implication there, because it should not. He should not become arrogant and do things which are, detrimental to his life. That's why. Yeah.
कृता चेत च अपि च आवयोः प्रशंसां श्रुत्वा बालोऽयं गर्वितो भवेत् इति. Moreover, if hearing our praise, the boy may become arrogant. इति. एतं वृत्तान्तं सकलमपि आकर्ण्य भारविः सन्तुष्टः सन् भृशम् आत्मनः पापाशयस्य लज्जितोऽभूत्. Hearing all these things, having heard
Hearing
this
the entire story.
account, having heard this entire story, Bharavi became satisfied, and he was greatly ashamed of his own papashaya, his own sinful intention.
Ashaya is mind.
He was going to kill his father, so that was a sinful intention, and so he was very ashamed about his own thoughts.
Action.
शनैः स्वपितरम् आगत्य पितृवधोद्युक्तस्य
पितृवध उद्युक्तस्य
पितृवध उद्युक्तस्य कीदृशः दण्डः विधेयः इति अपृच्छत्. Slowly he approached his father hesitantly, and he asked, what punishment should be prescribed for someone who
attempted to kill his father.
Yeah, who's intent on killing his own father. Like
Udyuktangarche, he intent matram liye. He had also started taking an action about it, no? So he had readied himself to kill.
Yeah, he started on that karyam also. षण्मासपर्यन्तं स्वशुरगृहे निवास इति पित्रोक्तं. So the punishment is to reside in the father-in-law's house for 6 months. That's what his father told. That father said so.
It was said by
the you have to go and live in your father-in-law's house, mother-in-law's house, so father-in-law's house for 6 months.
So if you're putting the quotes, Shvashuragrihe Nivasaha, Elena, do you mean a verb there?
No. Nivasa iti pitra uktam. It's okay. Venna potukkalam, illanalum vanda. It's all the same.
Okay.
Jatiti Bharavihi पित्रोः अनुज्ञया भार्यया साकं स्वशुरगृहम् अगात्. So immediately, quickly, with the permission of both of his parents, pitroho ekashesha, pitroho, so with the permission of both of his parents, Bharavi went to his father-in-law's house along with his wife.
Agat. Agat enna? Lakaram? Lung.
अन्ततः सः भारविः
दिनक्रमेण तत्रत्यानां
दिनक्रमेण तत्रत्यानां भारवेः उपरि आदरः मन्दः आसीत्. Over time, the respect for Bharavi diminished by those people living there in his Shvashura Griha. All those in-laws started showing less and less respect towards Bharavi as time passed.
தமிழ்ல என்ன சொல்லுவோம், விருந்தும் மருந்தும் 3 நாள்.
मन्दः आसीत्. अन्ततः सः भारविः कल्यां सस्य संरक्षणाय नियुक्तः. Finally, the Bharavi was appointed to guard the crops in the field. So he was doing the krishikaryam.
Kalyamangardu, there is no அப்படி ஒரு வேர்டே இல்ல.
கலீன் ஃபீல்ட் அது கலி
ரெண்டுமே இல்ல. I don't see that word in anywhere.
ஸ்தல்யாம் இருக்கலாமா? ஸ்தலி could it be a typo? ஸ்தல் no.
கலானா அர்த்.
கலானா அர்த். ஓகே.
ஆமா, கலஹானா இது ஃபீல்ட், பூமி,
வயல்.
வயல். ஆமா, வயக்காட்டுல. சோ கலி மேபி யூனோ அது என்ன கிருஷிஸ்தலம், கிருஷிஸ்தலி இத்யர்த்தே யூ கேன் யூஸ் இட். யா, ஓகே.
So he was made to guard the
I do
crops
see one
in
kali
the
there in the dictionary.
அது ஏதோ செடிமெண்ட் எல்லாம் போட்டுருக்கு என்னமோ.
Sediment போட்டு oil cake ன்னு போட்டுருக்கு.
எல்லாம் போட்டுருக்கு.
No, because after you do the harvest of the paddy, then they are made to dry, and then you have to beat them, and then to extract the paddy seeds from there, you have to do that work, right? To spread
அதனால
it.
probably that is where the sediments are there. அதனால அந்த இந்த அதுக்கு பேர் என்ன பூமி சொல்லுவா? இந்த அடி என்ன இல்ல போரடி.
போரடி
அதுதான் கலிங்கிறது போரடி.
That is when lot of loss also will happen. All the easy for the snakes.
அதாவது போரடிங்கிறது என்னன்னா, when you get the crop, it still has the grains in it. You have to threshing ground is called poradi.
Threshing floor. Okay. Threshing floor. Okay. So threshing floorல crops அடுக்கி வச்சிருப்பாங்க probably.
ஆமா, and அது வந்து அடிச்சு அங்க கீழ பூரா you have all that sediments and all there. So that's why it is kali. It fits the meaning also in update.
And also you need to guard that time more because lot of loss could happen. People could steal easily, and even birds and rats and all can come and take it.
So it's like your honor is gone and you are treated as a servant here, no? That's why. Ekasmin dine
कल्याण. ओके. एकस्मिन् दिने तस्य भार्या तस्य समीपं गत्वा स्वस्य वस्त्रादीनाम् अभावं विज्ञाप्य विलपितुम् आरेभे. One day his wife, Bharavi's wife, went near him, and then she began to lament, lack of clothing and other things for herself.
Having informed him about the lack of clothes and other things for herself. Swasya vastradinam abhavam vignapya vilapitum arambhe, she started to lament.
So she said, I want the more clothes. Tadanim Bharavihi सहसा विदतीतनक्रियाम् अविवेकः परमापदां पदं वृणुते हि विमृश्यकारिणं गुणलब्धः स्वयमेव सम्पदः. Oh, this is nice. So gunalabdha is there, but we made it as gunalubdha in the Nibandhas Stabhakam.
Lubdha is correct.
Lubdha is correct.
Yeah, in the book it is saying gunalabdha, but that's okay. I like gunalubdha. So in this shlokam, that time Bharavi wrote this poem, said this poem. So one should not do anything suddenly, hastily. Lack of discrimination is it's the cause or the place for greatest calamities. And then for wealth, chooses for itself a thoughtful person who's full of good qualities.
Chooses for himself, you know what? Sampadaha gunalubdhaha, lubdha is greedy for the qualities. Okay, so being attracted towards the qualities in a person, sampadaha, wealth, automatically chooses a person who is vimrishyakari, who thinks well and acts.
Who thinks well and acts. Iti shlokam vimukhya तस्यै दत्त्वा यस्मै कस्मैचित् धनिकाय दत्त्वा लब्धेन धनेन वस्त्रादिकं क्रीणीष्व इति अवोचत्. Having written this verse, this shloka, and he gave to his wife and said, give it to any rich man, and then buy clothes and other things with the money you receive.
Does Dattva have double tha or
Double,
not?
yes. I
Yes, no?
wanted to tell you. It has two dakara.
Yeah, it does.
Datt naho. Da, datt changes to datt, no?
Correct. Tasya patni tathaiva kritavati. His wife did exactly what he said. She gave to some rich person and got money, and using that she got all the things she wanted. Shan masanantaram Bharavihi
Bharya sametah.
Bharya sametah swagriham prapya sukham uvasa. After 6 months, Bharavi, along with his wife, returned to his own home and lived happily. Yaha tat shlokam krina.
Tam shlokam.
Yaha tat. Okay, tam shlokam. We cannot do tat shlokam as a
Samastapadam you can do.
Yeah, that's what is there in the book.
Oh, okay.
Tat shlokam क्रीणाति स्म सः वैश्यः व्यापारवशात् देशान्तरं गत्वा बहुकालानन्तरं निशीतसमये स्वगृहम् आगच्छत्. The merchant, the rich merchant who bought that verse from his Bharavi's wife, he went to another country due to business, and after a long time,
Vyapara vashat, because of business, Deshantaram Gatva, having gone to another country.
Went to another country, and Anantram, after a long time, came to his own house at midnight.
That means midnight, huh?
Nishitha samaye. Midnight illa, night time da.
Night time.
Okay. Night time. Late in the night he came. Yuvadasham praptena swaputreena sakam vartakasya va.
Vartakaha, businessman.
Okay. Vartakasya
vartagamங்கிறது இதுல இருக்கோ இல்லையோ நமக்கு
இருக்கு வாணிகம் வர்த்தகம்
வாணிஜ்யம்
युवदशां प्राप्तेन स्वपुत्रेण साकं वर्तकस्य भार्या स्वपितवती. So
Vartaka, hold on. Vartaka is not a merchant in the Sanskritam. Vartaka is just a person who is living, existing. That's all. So, நமக்கு தமிழ்ல இருந்து அதை எடுத்து போட்டிருக்காருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Tamil only means the
Vanijyam. Yeah, so Vanik.
Okay, so the wife of the merchant was sleeping with her own son who had reached youth, adolescence or young adult
age.
She was sleeping with the son next to her. Tam parapurusham manvanah sah vartakah tam hantum yada khandam udhitavam. Khadgam va? Khandam is not there in the book. Okay. Khadgam udhritavan tada khadga upari
tatra khandam asti va khadgam asti va?
Both are there. First time it is khandam udhritavan, anantaram khadga upari is there.
So then it is only khadga. Then change it to
should be there in both places. Yeah. Tada khadgopari attakat patitam talapatram tasmin cha sahaseti shlokam cha apashyan. So thinking his son to be some other man, that merchant had drawn his sword to kill him. Then at that time from the roof the palm leaf fell, that leaf which had the shloka written in it, the sahasa vidatitana kriyam, that shlokam was written in it, and that shlokam exactly at that time fell on top of the sword. This is what is called miracle. And that time it fell on that. ततः स्वपत्नीम् उत्थाप्य यथार्थं विज्ञाय स्वव्यापारात् विरराम इति. Then he awakened his own wife, and knowing the truth from her that it is his own son, not some other man, like that he came to know, and then he desisted from his business about the killing business he was about to do. अस्य कवेः कवितायाः
स्थालीपुलाकन्याये
oh, that is missing.
स्थालीपुलाकन्यायेन
एकम् उदाहरणम्. So this is like turning a rice in one pot. So to check whether all the rice has been cooked or not, we just have to take one rice and then we have to examine like that. This particular shlokam is taken to show the skill of this poet's poetry. शुचि भूषयति श्रुतं वपुः प्रशमस्तस्य भवत्यलङ्क्रिया प्रशमाभरणं पराक्रमः सनयापादित सिद्धिभूषणः इति.
स नयापादित सिद्धिभूषणः. Yes.
Okay. Shrutam bhushayati shrutam vapuhu. The shruchi bhushayati shrutam vapuhu. So the purity adorns learning.
Shuchi shrutam vapuhu bhushayati. A good learning, that is a proper shuddhi purvakam yat shrutam yat adhitam tat vapuhu bhushayati shariram bhushayati. So that which we have learnt in a proper manner, which is also pure without any mistakes or tappa purunjikala, you have learnt it in the correct manner, then that sort of a Veda, only that sort of learning decorates the body. Vapuhu bhushayati. Prashamaha tasya alankriya bhavati. Tasya शुचि श्रुतस्य alankriya bhavati. Prashamaha is control of indriyas, become the alankriya, or krodha upashamaha becomes the alankriya for that sort of a learning. Otherwise learning becomes fruitless. There is no success to that sort of a learning if you cannot control your anger. And the control of anger, prashama abharanam parakramaha vartate. That at the correct time, avasare, you have to display a bravery. Then only this sort of a control makes sense. Otherwise, people will call you as a coward there. So such a control, the alankriya for such a control is showing parakrama at the correct time. Such a parakramaha naya apadita siddhi bhushanaha. That parakrama, that bravery has its ornament as success, which is brought on through naya, through rajaniti.
So this parakrama is letting go of the control?
No, not letting go of control. Parakrama is more like showing your valor,
Yeah,
that
shauryam. Valor. That means, see, that shaurya means one, you should not be always be having that prashama.
There is an attitude difference. Showing parakrama is not the same as letting go of prashama. Half empty madri neenga paathindirukkel. No, that's not what I'm saying. Yes, you have to be controlled. Yes. When you are letting go of that control doesn't mean kannmoodittanama neenga vandu abade poi ellarum attack pandradungiradhu kedaiyadu. Parakrama is different from acting out of anger. So you are not letting go of your control. You are still controlled at the same time. But when there is a necessity to show your shauryam, you show it in a very proper manner. That is why if you can get a siddhi, if there is politics also associated, not politics, adhaadu rajaniti. Rajanitya apadita siddhi bhushanaha.
So hold on. So
can you say this one more time with the Anvaya Krama, Modi?
Sure. So Shuchi Shrutam Vapuhu bhushayati. So Shuchi Shrutam is in Prathama Vibhakti. Vapuhu is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. That which beautifies a body is not just the outer body, but it is what has been learnt. And learnt in a proper sense. Shuchi, Sampradaya Shuddham. So that which it is traditional learning that you have learnt is going to decorate your body. That becomes the Alankarana Vastu for the body. Okay, that is one sentence. The next sentence is Tasya Shrutasya, you take from the earlier sentence. Tasya Shuchishrutasya Prashamaha Alankriya Bhavati. So Prashamaha or control of anger becomes an Alankarana Vastu for that learning. If you have that learning and you're angry constantly, then that learning is of no prayojanam here. No use for that. And then Prashama Abharanam Parakramaha. No, yes, you have Krodha Shanti here, but what is the Alankaranam? What is the Bhushanam for that that attitude of calmness? You can't be calm all the time. Then you will be Yeri Midichurvama. So Anga வந்து Sarvaihi Abhibhuyate iti karanat Tatra Sthane Kopaha Avashyakaha. You will have to show that. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது. இந்த ஒரு பாம்பு ஸ்டோரி இருக்கும் தெரியுமா? Rishi asks a snake, you are constantly biting everybody, don't do that. Then it will be quiet. Everybody will start hitting it with stones. Then the Muni again comes and says, I asked you not to bite, but I never asked you not to protect yourself. So then it will start hissing so that people will not come near it. That way it will protect itself also. That sort of a parakrama is what is said here. So prashama, you can have calmness, but at the same time, when the situation demands, you show your bravery. And that bravery should not be like what Ashwatthama showed in killing every little child in Pandava camp. It should be Naya Aap, then only can it bring you a success which is followed by Naya. So Naya Apadita Siddhin Bhushana Rupena Saha Parakramaha Dhatte. So the Parakrama has, what is the Alankaranam for the Parakrama? Naya Apadita or Viveka Purvam Ya Siddhihi Vartate Sa Siddhihi Eva Parakramasya Bhushanam. You have Parakramam, you have Shauryam.
The second sentence, is there a Karma Padam?
There is no, you take this Bhushayati for everything. Tulya Yogita.
Oh.
Tulya Yogita dane. Ore Kriya Padam Anvaya for everything.
Okay.
So either you can take Bhushayati or you can take Bhavati. Bhavati has to be the Kriya Padam, not Bhushayati. Prashama Abharanam Parakramaha Bhavati. Saha Parakramaha Naya Apadita Siddhi Bhushanaha Bhavati.
Right. So the last compound, Parakramaha is the meaning of that. So the Naya Apadita Siddhi Bhushana is a Bahuvrihi pointing to Parakramaha.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So it's more complex. He could have said Siddhihi Parakramasya Bhushanam. That would have been straightforward. But he kind of made it a little bit.
This is Kavyam. Hello. It could have been, you should write the Kavyam.
No, it's a little bit more difficult to understand.
It is, of course. Yeah. Where else then can you, the Narikela Pakam, how can you experience it otherwise? Ellame simple arundurthuna, it will be in Subhashita Sangraha.
So what is the number for this shloka?
Ali Pulaka Nyayena Tadapi Darshitamma.
Yeah.
Okay, so sir, Nayapadita Siddhi Bhushanaha sa Parakramaha eva
Bhavati.
Nayapadita Siddhi Bhushanaha. Nama, it's not like the Siddhi is the Bhushana.
No. Tasya Parakramasya Bhushanam kim Naya Apadita Siddhihi eva. Parakramaha asti iti karanat Nayam Ananuvritya Yadi Vayam Karyam Kurmaha, then it becomes difficult, no? It is not a good success.
Right. So Nayapadita Siddhihi Yasya Bhushanaha Saha.
Bhushanam. Naya Apadita Siddhihi. Nayapadita Siddhihi. Nayapadita Siddhihi eva Bhushanam Yasya.
Eva Bhushanam Yasya Saha. Evam.
Okay. This is our Ekavalya Alankara. We saw that, no? In
Oh,
One to
nice.
one.
Yeah.
Ekavali.
It is so perfect.
Yeah. One to the other, it keeps jumping the.
Right.
Continuous.
But it.
This leads to that leads to
Muktagrihitanyayenava.
this.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮುಕ್ತಗೃಹೀತನ್ಯಾಯ or purva visheshanam, something like that.
It's not the adhara shifting or the adeya shifting. That's a different one.
No.
Yeah.
The Ekavali. Okay, got it.
Okay.